have another thing I wanted to talk about.
I mean, I have a tangent with Bin Laden.
You know what? I want to know where this is going. You take a little sugar, you take a little spice, and then you just throw in a dash of everything nice, and what do you get?
The Pop of Girls.
Now you get the Joystick Show, episode 194. You know, the whole gang is here. If you've been watching the last 4 episodes, you've gotten to know everybody
honestly,
here.
This is all that will ever podcast.
Yep,
no one more, no one less.
Still pippin'. Joey's off yet again. For what it's worth, Joey was actually supposed to be able to make it this weekend, but you know, life shit happens.
Yeah, Pippin in Russia, you know,
Pippin,
it's crazy.
He's
crazy
all over
time.
the world. You know, he had to do 2 shows in Beijing. That's how much they love it over there.
Never forget about Macau either.
Yeah,
he had to do a week in Macau.
Moo. But yeah, Joey's off for the night. We're still gonna have a great episode of the Joystick Show. Right off the bat, if you want to know what we're talking about, right there.
It's listed.
Right there. Couple talking points by my face. If you want to go ahead and like the episode, that'd help us tremendously, and you could subscribe to the boys to lift our egos, because we like that. Makes us feel good. Lots to talk about. Before we talk about some stuff, I did want to say 2 quick things. Number 1, my B for forgetting to hit record on the audio last episode.
It's recording.
You can see it in the shot. You see it? There, you see the green? Yeah. We're good. All right. Second thing I wanted to mention was over the past few weeks, we have been teasing that episode 194, this episode, was going to be a bit of a different episode for the Joystick Show. Of course, with Joey not being able to make it, we are pushing that a week.
Yeah, it's on hold.
And you know what? 195 sounds nice and round, you know, like we planned it even better, so to speak. So stay tuned for that, where things will definitely look and feel different for the Joystick Show next week for sure. We will make it happen. All right. Now that those 2 things have been said, lots of stuff to talk about. We're going to swing it over to the most talkative person on the Joystick Show.
Of course.
Jerry DeJesus. What's up, pal?
Of course. Yeah.
That's really formal.
Oh, this
right?
is great.
It's so
this
funny.
Jerry's like the, I don't know, like side reporter, but now he's like he's coming
have the earpieces on.
It's a great reminder. I kind of wish that Joey was here for us to have this conversation that we're going to have, because it might, you know, it's an energized conversation, you know.
Okay.
Because you know, this weekend I'm supposed to be planning. I'm supposed to be buying my tickets to go to DR in July for like a week.
Fire.
So I was hoping that the conversation would spin to like, when are we going on a vacation?
You want to do this on the podcast?
I got one more week of PTO in the pocket.
Oh, this is tough. So this is tough.
Jerry brings up a solid point. We do it on the podcast, and then we solidify it here so that we can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's kind of good Joey isn't here, because Joey would get emotional about it. I feel like we're all business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joey would be like, "I wanted to go," and it's like, "No, you didn't, bitch. You didn't want to go on vacation."
So look, we'll say this. Well, in the future, you know what? I'm going to spoil this for people getting ready for the next few weeks of the Joystick Show. 195 to 199 is going to be, let's just say, an interesting arc for the Joystick Show.
Oh, for sure.
So we can 100% talk about that during that arc. And I'm not saying we're not going to start talking about it now, but I think it is important that we start looking at some ideas, you know. Where could the team go? Where in the world is Carmen Team Joystick?
Go.
Yeah, thanks. Diego.
Yeah, a million possibilities.
But yeah, that's true. First of all, I think it's fair to say, I at least in my opinion, I think we keep it domestic. Just
cool.
Don't want to blow our load on the first team trip, even though we've been friends for over a decade.
That is very true, and like I feel like there were so many moments where I was like, we almost had everyone together doing the trip. But there was always something in the way.
You know what's really funny? I've been on vacation with all of you except Joey. He's the only one
that makes sense.
Been on a trip with.
It's just more evidence that, like, Joe, you know.
Yeah. You and I have gone to PA, Puerto Rico, and DR together. You and I have gone to PA together. At least, and then Jose and I have gone to PA and Florida together. So.
Oh, Joey didn't come to PA with us then when we went.
No, that was he was missing.
First time was me, Dylan, and Jerry. And then he came the second time. He was the only one who didn't come.
Yeah,
and that was a lit trip too.
Yeah,
despite the fact that we couldn't go to see the fireworks.
Yeah,
but.
I mean honestly, not to leave you out, Jerry, but that first Poconos trip was.
We always talk about it. That
was so like
it was iconic. It was the first one.
My heart felt warm during that trip. So anywhere that would make my heart feel warm, Vegas. No. Yeah. That'd be hysterical.
Well, we were thinking about that.
Really
right?
make Joey's life a
that.
movie. Well, it's a place. The only reason why I said it because it's a place that like you can spend like 2 or 3 days and be like, all right, I'm done. Right. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like a 10-day, extravaganza. You know what I mean? Because that's what I need. But based on my job and where I'm at, it's like I need a 3 to 4 day bender as opposed to like a week long vacation,
like a Friday to Monday.
I'm just throwing this
Friday
out
to
there.
Tuesday.
Isn't Joey going to Vegas for this fucking emo concert at the end of the year anyway? For like 2-3 days?
He is.
So, let's just,
do we piggyback?
I mean, I'm not going to watch. I mean, you definitely might go to watch the emo bands, but like a one-day pass.
I'll pick the good day. Yeah. I'll pick the day that Joey didn't pick. You know, last time.
So fuck with him.
Yeah.
But Vegas is tempting, even though I fucking hate it. But,
it's not
2-3 days.
Yeah.
But if we're going for a little bit longer, we could go find some place that has some value.
The Four Seasons Orlando.
I actually had a kick out of going to Philadelphia, despite the fact that I didn't enjoy it as much. But I had the enjoyment of going to like a city like that's rich in history.
Oh wait,
so I was thinking like Boston or something like that.
I could go to Boston. Boston's fun.
This is definitely not domestic, but Canada.
Oh fuck yeah!
Like Toronto or Montreal.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe and a half.
Yeah, because that's like a big like you're not gonna run. I mean, it's a little like not as exciting as like Florida because it's not like a resort type vibe. It's like you're just going out doing shit in the city. Yeah. It just feels like New York but Canadian, you know. Gotcha. But Montreal, I know has like classic stuff, some poutine.
So what is that? That's Canada, Vegas, and Boston.
Have you guys been to Canada?
No.
When I was little. Like way too young to remember.
Yeah, we
went for World Youth Day with like a big church group.
Also, I'm biased, but Colorado.
I've always wanted to go, but you've been,
What's in Colorado?
It's fun.
I mean, I'm also biased, but
Rocks.
Seattle's a vibe.
Rocks, Denver. I mean, there's Denver. There's Colorado Springs.
You can also just say fucking and go to Cali.
There's the mountains.
None of us have ever been to Cali.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Regardless, stay tuned for when we actually settle this because we're gonna settle this on the podcast, 100%. Even Jose's coming tonight. We'll talk to him about it. We're 100% gonna settle it. For those of you at home, those are the options. Put them on screen. Bam. Go ahead and vote. Go ahead. Send your text in to 529. 69 67 82 47. It's probably a number in like Italy or something. Joy.net -44
.com.au.edu.
But yeah, shout outs. I'm excited for this theoretical trip that's not gonna happen.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what I said?
It might happen.
And then no matter what, I think the B plan that we fall on no matter what is Poconos. It's fucking cheap. It's 2 hours away. There's shit to do. That's that. What are you staring at?
My ass.
What are you looking at?
Can I not look at a ghost off screen?
I'm trying to look at your ass.
Yeah.
It's hard to see from here. We used to have a monitor back there. It was clearer. Anyway, more stuff to talk about. I have talking points as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to bring this one up.
Okay.
Because I'm going to put a spin on what I've been doing the past few weeks on the Joystick Show. I've been reviewing a lot of movies because I've been watching a lot of movies.
Okay.
And that's no different. In fact, I think I've seen the most movies this week, if anything. But I was like, you got to take a step back. Got to switch it up, So I don't actually want to review any one particular movie or review any movie for that matter. Mm-hmm. But I want to talk about a genre of movie that I don't think we've ever talked about on the Joystick Show that I think deserves a little bit of recognition. Because I've watched 4 of them in a row, and Dylan walked in on me finishing one just about an hour ago. What's your opinion on romantic comedies?
They're all right. I watched a few.
They're never funny.
You think so?
Most romantic comedies are like they pull at the heartstrings. They're relatable humor, stuff like that. But never once have I very rarely have you sit through like a romantic comedy and you're like ha 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 like
no. I think that's a solid point because look, I'll just say them right now. These were the 4 romantic comedies that I watched back to back to back to back. I watched Hitch for the first time. Big fan, love that.
Okay.
Made my girlfriend watch Definitely Maybe for the first time. She loved that. Then I watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days for the first time. Mm-hmm. Big fan. And then finally I watched The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. Point is, you bring up a very great point. I don't think at any part of any of those 4 movies that I like pause and really gut bust laugh or even get really close to it. Maybe a chuckle or a smile here and there. You can give credit to something
those
clever.
Like nose laughs.
Yeah, you know, like a haha, you know, with the ostrich laugh.
Yeah.
But regardless, I don't want to bash rom-coms because for whatever reason, ever since I was a little kid, I used to watch them with my parents, and it's just like this weird genre of movie that I've always loved. Like they bring me comfort, and it's kind of reawakened in this past 2 days that I've been watching a shit ton of them. So I just was very curious to know if you guys have a favorite rom-com.
I don't think I've watched any recently, so I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Like every rom-com is like a distant memory.
Well,
but there are a lot of like classics though.
I feel like there's one I can think of for you.
What are you thinking?
Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, have I watched this one?
That's the one with Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell. Be Better Than the Gap.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
That's a good one.
You have one?
This is difficult actually. I'm not sure. I think I gotta think about this.
Like a real quick Google.
I think this one's definitely a biased take because it's not like an amazing movie, but I do like definitely maybe with Ryan Reynolds. It's kind of like this cool mystery love story, so to speak, where he tells his daughter the story of how he met his the girl's mom, but basically tells her the story of how he met 3 different women and changes their names. So both her and you have to try to like guess who's the mother, which is kind of cool. And it's also just set in New York, which, as I've noticed over the past few weeks, I am definitely biased towards movies that are set in New York City. There's just there's just a good feeling about that.
Right, yeah, I agree with you.
I've noticed I've liked a lot of movies.
It's just like, it's like, yeah.
It gets a point for me. I don't know what it is. It could be the worst movie, but if it's in New York, it's a 1 out of 10.
They're on the train.
Yeah. Did you find any?
I scrolled on the list where it says top rom-com movie picks, and I have watched not too many.
That's fair. You know what movie's like borderline not a rom-com, but I'll throw it in there, and I think it's actually, if you call it a rom-com, then it's got to be one of the funniest. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. I was going to say a lot of Judd Apatow movies are like 50-50. Yeah,
they're rom-com-y.
Like 40-Year-Old Virgin technically is.
Yeah, Trainwreck technically is.
Like a lot of those movies are, but they're also
knocked up. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But
I had a few distant ones in my head, but I don't know, 50 First Dates.
No, yeah, 100%.
That one is like pure like
my girlfriend loves 50 First Dates, as you should. It's a great movie.
Yeah,
and I love Blended, which Blended is not a good movie.
Blended's funny though,
but it's kind of fun and it has like those heartstring kind of moments.
What's one that I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry?
Is that a rom-com or just a bro movie?
I think
that's a movie to watch with your bros.
That's just
a gay
iconic cinema, guys.
It's a good movie.
I mean, it actually holds up quite well. I was surprised.
I think the last person I watched that movie with was Jose, actually. I think we watched that movie together. So, yeah. And then we got married for his benefits.
Correct.
So shout outs to Jose. Shout outs
and Kevin James.
Shout outs to his dental that I've been using. My husband.
Shout outs to Adam Sandler.
And shout outs to Adam Sandler, yeah. Just rom-coms. You got something? You said you had something. You said you had a couple things.
I had something. Let me wind this up. If you catch my drift.
He's winding something up. All right. What do you wind up? A baseball bat.
You wind up.
Oh, the pitch.
You wind up.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It was there. Okay. The word association fucked up.
But I am not talking about pitching. I am talking about
catching.
Batting. No. Because Bobby told me to explain something on the podcast. But first, I must explain the pain of being a New York Mets fan in the year of our Lord 2024.
It's funny you bring it up. I was also going to mention at the beginning of the podcast, sick New York Mets basketball jersey.
Over the last 10 games, the Mets have won 3. The 7 games they lost, they were all winning at 1 point. It is one of the most traumatic experiences I've been through.
Disheartening time.
I don't even want to watch it. Today they came back and won. Fucking good for them, I guess. Right? Whatever. It doesn't even matter at this point.
But there's another New York team.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, but today, guys, the Mets won today and the Yankees lost today.
Oh, shit.
So you know what?
The turns have tabled.
Take that. The turns have tabled. But there's another team in the Bronx. Yeah. Nicknamed the Bronx Bombers for good reason, because they always get people who hit a lot of home runs.
Yeah.
Even back to Babe Ruth and that kind of team, that's what they were known for.
And if I can just jump in for 1 second, a couple of days ago, I made a request of Dylan because I saw an absolutely bonkers stat, a sports stat, that showed that the Yankees were far ahead in the lead for the season so far in home runs between Juan Soto, Stanton, and Judge alone. So I just wanted to ask Dylan about what's going on with the Yankees' power over there.
Yes.
That they're able, like, what is this super team that they have?
Yeah, so first let's talk about the main guy in that combo, which is the guy that they just traded for 5 months ago, and that is Mr. Juan Soto. He's been in the MLB since the end of 2018. He is still younger than all of us in this room.
Wow.
He's fucking, even since he came up, he's been fucking jacked. You would never know this guy's like 25, 26 years old. But yeah, he's one of the best players and he's still that young. And the Yankees got him for like nothing, like 3 pitchers that they didn't need. And they just got him.
Sick.
Only for 1 year. So that's the whole thing. That's why they got him for so cheap, because they're like, after this year, it's like he can do whatever he wants. But I think they're having a good time.
Yeah,
you know?
I can tell.
It's aligning perfectly as well, because Stanton, always injured. Aaron Judge, always injured. So just having all 3 of these guys in the lineup together at the same time, that's why they're having the stat. Gotcha. It's never happened for more than like 3 weeks that all 3 of them are in the lineup together. Gotcha. So that's why you haven't seen this before.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. They are all going to hit like 40 home runs. They did a stat where the top they now have swing data in baseball. You can look up a player, how fast they swing the bat.
Wow.
Not only they can how hard they hit it, which is like been a thing for a bit, in launch angle and all of that, but no, it's how fast you swing the bat. Out of the top 10 swings, 9 of them are Giancarlo Stanton.
Okay.
Jeez.
Wow.
He is literally just trying to murder the baseball.
Yeah. He's got some problems he's working through.
Yes. There's just random baseball stats that you guys must know as well.
I mean, that's baseball.
Yeah,
They just throw a stat up for anything.
Exactly. So, Aaron Judge and Juan Soto are probably going to be the home run leaders. They're right now, Marcell Ozuna on the Braves is supposed to be the home run leader. That's like the projected, if you just went off of like how good they're doing now. But it's probably going to be Judge or Soto.
Gotcha.
Stolen base leader is a guy by the name of Ellie De La Cruz, who's on pace to have 124 stolen bases.
Wow.
He will not get that many.
Yeah.
But he's a beast.
Would that beat this guy? Fucking our boy. What's his name?
Ricky? Ricky has a season where he has like 100 and something, so I don't think so.
Okay.
But the bases are bigger now.
Yeah.
So it's easier to steal. So we'll see how much he can do.
Good to know.
And then you have another guy on the Pirates. Look out for this guy. His name's O'Neal Cruz. He has the fastest arm. He has the fastest average like hitting speed, and he's 6'7".
Holy shit! And he's playing baseball.
And he's like the fastest and strongest at everything.
Yeah.
And you said he's on what team?
The Pirates.
Sheesh.
Picked a great sport.
But he bats like 240, so everyone's like, okay, whatever. But
Gotcha.
Numbers.
So shout out to the baseball report.
We have to go to a baseball game.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Yeah,
100%.
baseball
We have to go.
season
We have
game,
to
Go to
we have
Mets
do
games.
this.
They're cheap as fuck.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We'll pick a day.
Yeah.
We'll watch them play like the Marlins or something. They'll get an easy win.
I saw
the White Sox.
Shout out to my cousin Matt. He sent me an Instagram reel the other day of like these 2 guys going to a Mets game and basically like passively aggressively talking about all like the shitty things about being a Mets fan. And there's like a part where he's like, "Yeah, come to fucking Citi Field where there's more people online at the Shake Shack than there are watching the fucking game." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a good one. It's a solid one."
And there's a lot of food, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
eat
they
Oh,
don't have a lot of Shake Shacks in Queens, man.
I think that it ended with like them outside of the stadium. They're like, and then when you're done, you could replace the 4 tires on your car for more money than you paid tickets to go into this game. It's like all the fucking body shops right outside of Citi Field. Like, damn, attack Queens, why don't you, man? But,
Beautiful place.
Shout outs to what's a good nickname for baseball? What do they call it? It's a great day for
America's pastime.
America's pastime. Shout outs.
It's a great day for Woody Fuck.
Woody Fuck. That's what it's called?
Woody Fuck.
All right. Also, just another disclaimer, if for whatever reason you're able to hear thumping music in the background, neighbors are having a pool party, I guess.
Memorial Day.
Yep, shout outs, let them have a good time. Hopefully you can't hear it, but I can hear it.
Boots and cats and boots and
I could definitely go.
Isn't that, like, I know it's the beginning of summer and that's like the whole vibe, but it's like, those people died, let's go. Like, it's so awkward.
Remember them.
Like, we're all like, yeah, let's pump it up. Like, or people like make like Memorial Day like couples posts.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like making out underneath like a waterfall and it's like, happy Memorial Day, honey. Like, that has nothing to do with the troops.
So what are we supposed to do? Just remember all day?
Yeah, I mean, you could have a shot if you want, I guess, but
pour one out.
Yeah, pour one out. But I mean, party?
Yeah. Just like how I poured my bong water all over my lap earlier.
Why would you do that?
It was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose.
I feel like you did it on purpose.
I don't do it on purpose. I did it mid match of Apex Legends. It was unfortunate.
We were partying too hard.
We lost it. We partied too hard. I partied too hard. Fucking an idiot.
My name's Dylan, and I like to party.
My name's Bobby, and I like to party.
What's that from?
I think I'm the one who parties.
What is it that fucking this guy? It's from Hot Rod. Fucking Akiva is like, I like to party. Anyway, that's actually funny. This isn't a tangent, but I showed Mildred Popstar, and she very fairly gave it an 8 out of 10 and said, even though it's not for her, it's a very well-made mockumentary movie. And I was like, yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, why wouldn't it be for her? Is it the entire song of catchphrases? Would it be the entire, would it be Seal? Would it be the entire song of the Spanish Lisp?
What was it that, you know what it was? So the first song in that movie is I'm So Humble, which, you get through that. And then after that is Equal Rights. I'm not gay, And that's where I was starting to lose her a bit. That's when she was like, Especially when Pink came on, she was like, really? I was like, yeah. After that one is fuck, it's
Isn't that the Spanish Lisp one?
It's the catchphrase one. It's the turn up the beef and then the Connor bitch. But the fourth one is the best one in the movie. It's fuck Bin Laden, and she was like, man, that is a catchy fucking song. I was like, right, 100%. So,
that's such a good one, dude.
Glad to know that she's on board for at least that song. So shout outs. I have another thing I wanted to talk about.
I mean, I have a tangent with Bin Laden.
You know what? I want to know where this is going. Also, shout outs. He was a big fan.
So we had a filmmaker who passed away recently. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Yeah, Morgan Spurlock.
But Morgan Spurlock, a very big documentarian, made Super Size Me.
Super High Me.
Oh, right.
Super High Me. He, very popular guy. Not really. Very controversial.
Yeah.
Both good and bad. However, he did make a documentary about trying to locate Osama bin Laden.
Did you find him?
He correctly predicted within 75 kilometers of where Osama bin Laden was.
Wow.
Years before they found him.
Huh.
It was a documentary just talking about like the hunt for it, obviously, and then him learning about like just the places where they hide out and everything. It doesn't get that in depth, but it's about like it gets kind of meta. It's like he's like in the Middle East and he's suffering with stuff. He
looks into the camera. He's like, you ever think about how easy it could be for me to find you at home watching this documentary right now?
He tries being a little deep.
And then you get a doorbell ring. No, it's Morgan's. I mean, he's dead now. The joke doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. I think my favorite thing of all, besides the fact that this movie didn't have a payoff, because obviously it ended with them not finding Bin Laden, and then several years later them killing Bin Laden. When they found Bin Laden's like laptop or like his hard drive, the movie was on it. So
probably
he was a fucking appreciator.
Listen, if I know Osama like I knew him, and boy did I know him. Disclaimer: I did not know. Osama.
I mean, his family watches the podcast.
Yeah, I know. There's all the Ladens, all of them. No, fucking.
They've been watching.
I could definitely see that guy being like, this motherfucker found me. You know what I mean? Like he saw it. He's like, we gotta move a little farther away.
he's like,
Morgan guy,
man. He got pretty close.
Those Americans aren't that bad.
How close did you say he was?
75 kilometers.
Yeah.
What is that?
But you could think that I like to think
Shout out to our plans.
I like to think though that it was actually 46 miles. That's not far at all.
That's not far at all.
It's not.
That is not far at all.
However, I would like to think that it'd be awesome if that wasn't like that. Like he got it to a T, and then Osama moved.
Yeah,
like he was like,
yeah.
he knew.
Yo, who is this?
We need
guy?
to get 46 miles out of here, bro. He got right on the nose. That's crazy,
man.
though. I'd really like it if that documentary was only like 5 minutes long, and it's just like he like sits down with some guy who just knows Osama bin Laden really well, and he's like, you know where this guy is? And he's like, yeah, he's here. Just like, we found him, and that's the end of the movie. Like
they walk,
and it worked. Like nobody, everyone saw this, and they were like, bullshit, this guy's a fucking loser. And then they found him. They were like, wait, what? You know, like that's a fun story. Rest in peace, Morgan. Thank you for your contributions. And next time, we got to learn to independent filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
They know the truth.
Salute.
I have something completely different that I wanted to bring up.
Pretty sure it's similar.
It's not. It has something to do with a topic we spoke about last week, but you're going to see how I put a spin on it here.
Okay.
Last week, Jerry brought up a game that he was playing, an independently made horror Metroidvania platformer called Animal Well.
Yes.
A game that Jerry actually watched me beat earlier, so I can happily say that I've beaten it. We've both beaten it. Fun game. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I'll give it
it's
something like that,
cool,
yeah.
You know? It's, you know what? And an 8 out of 10 is pretty good review considering it's made by one dude, right?
Right.
Like that's got to be pretty fire.
One guy.
But just in playing the game, it brought up like feelings about two things. One, I love Metroidvania games, and I always love when I find a new one because it's like, oh yes, I love this feeling of like being lost and like trying to find the next thing. And I kind of got that itch scratched with Tunic, which Jerry's playing now and stuff. So just wanted to throw that in. And then the other thing was like how much fun I've been having in recency platinuming games because I've been on a bit of a tear recently, right? But now I'm in this weird position where like every single game that I've been playing up until like the day before I'm about to get the plat, I'm like, I either know what the next game is going to be or I find it, you know? But now I'm just lost. I'm stuck. I don't know where to go from here, right? So after Animal Well, it's like a blank canvas. I could really be platinuming anything I want. But it brought up another conversation starter that I wanted to ask you guys. And I know Joey is going to be literally kicking himself in his own head for not being here to talk about. And since I know you're watching, Joey, go ahead and put him in the comments because I know you're going to do that anyway. But I was going to name 3 to 4 video game genres, and I want you guys to tell me your favorite genre or game in that genre. Fair?
Cool.
Oh shit.
Fair?
Okay.
All right. You don't know where I'm going to start.
Like my favorite?
Your favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Try not to think too hard about it. You know,
Okay.
It could be one of your favorites. It doesn't have to be your end all be all. But we're going to start with what I think to be one of the more, you know, universal, especially for our group of friends. What's your favorite shooter?
My favorite shooter.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like a multiplayer shooter or like a single player
It's up to
shooter,
you,
or it
dog.
doesn't matter.
It's
Yeah,
up to
because
you,
I
dog.
know
Like a
Jerry.
third person,
Jerry,
first
I know
person,
because
just-
Jerry has one right now that I probably might also
Like, I'm
say.
not even thinking of one right now, to be honest.
Look, I'm going to just go off and I'll start right off the bat. I have played many a shooter in my day. I've played many shooters with all of you here. I think at the end of the day, there's just something about Apex Legends that scratches the itch for me. I really like it. It's fun. It's great movement. It's great gunplay, and it's great competitiveness for me. That's probably not a word, but regardless, competition, that's the word. But I'm going to go with Apex for that one. And I'm actually going to give a close second to Overwatch. Because there was a time where...
Yeah.
Right?
Because here's the thing. So, like, peak, like, season 2 to 4 ranked Overwatch.
Best
undefeated.
Shooter.
Yeah.
Undefeated,
down, 10 out of 10.
well balanced. But then if you go single player, that opens up the shit way too much.
So why don't you pick one for both?
Well, then it would be like Overwatch and like Borderlands or something. I don't
Oh,
like,
Borderlands,
you know?
That's a good... I didn't even think
You know-
about that.
You know,
even-
because there's a lot of like single player or like roguelikes and stuff like that.
I'm
That's like
still going to go with Apex Legends, even though amazing games like Borderlands and one that's personal for me, like the Doom series. Doom Eternal
the new
exists.
Dooms, yeah.
But Apex Legends still has like the replayability with the online features and stuff like that. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and pick a multiplayer shooter for that reason.
So, I'm gonna pick Borderlands 1 because that started the Borderlands series for me. But I'll give a close second, man, to Overwatch in that time period. That was
it's on my.
I think I'll go Overwatch. Wait a minute. Pivot, guys. Pivot. Halo 3. Calling it a day.
Oh, okay.
Calling it a day.
That's respectable.
Calling it a day. Just because it had Forge and it had the single player. Just so it had both.
100%. Modern Warfare 2 / Black Ops 1 are up there for me.
Nice.
Classics.
I like this.
Shout outs. Good shooters. Let's
Go
bring it on to another genre. Guys, what's your favorite platformer? 2D, 3D? I don't give a fuck. Just let me know. I want to know specifically. That's my favorite genre of game right there.
Favorite platformer. Holy.
Like, my brain always goes to, like, obscure shit. You know, my brain goes to, like, platformers that you wouldn't even think of. Right? But
there's one that I'm thinking for you.
That's a little
curious.
Yeah, that's a little. I gotta think about this now.
Have I even platinumed the platformer?
You probably had. You have to have.
Can you think of one that I'm like? I'm trying to think.
Because I'm probably gonna go old school on this one. I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking for you.
I'm thinking N64. I'm thinking PS1. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking at first, right? I was definitely thinking 3D platformer. Those
I know Bobby. I know where Bobby's going.
Battle Block Theater, dude.
That's a great one for Jerry, man.
Yeah.
10 and 11. 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Fucking no. As much as I love 3D platformers, I think I got to give it to Super Meat Boy, man. That's just a part of me, you know. And you know what's funny? There's something about Animal Well that scratches that little itch for me. The back and forth, the easy to.
Okay. Nice.
But shout outs to Meat Boy. What about you, pal?
Yeah. So obviously I'm gonna go with the OG gamer guy, which is Mario, right? Part of me always wants to say SM64, right? Favorite game of all time, right? Something about Super Mario Maker 2.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
I've never played the Mario
like
Makers.
600,000 levels. You can make your own level. There's a story mode to it.
That's fire. No, that's a good one.
Go for it. Yeah, it's good.
I'll give you props on that one. All right.
For sure.
This next one, I'm going to do like a little weird thing here because not all of us play this genre. So I'm going to do a slash, okay? We're going to go here with fighting / sports games. And in sports games, you can throw in racing games as well. All right?
Oh. Fight Night Round 3.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yo, they're making a new boxing fighting game, actually. I have to look into it. I forgot who's making it.
I'm not going to pick a fighting game. I'm going to pick Street 2.
Oh.
NBA Street 2, to be specific. NBA Street 2 is a jam. I'm curious to see what your take is on this. You've got experience here.
So, I'm going to go, like, straight nostalgia on this one. I kind of want to go like out of the park baseball, football manager, all the like the management ones.
Okay.
Because I like those a lot. Like out of the park baseball is like phenomenal. You know, it's like spreadsheet city, so it's like not the best to play. But I would probably go with Backyard Baseball.
That's a classic.
The Backyard series,
absolutely
super
classic.
slept on.
Yeah,
everyone loves it.
Yeah, I heard that this guy Travis Kelce wanted to like work on bringing it back. Yeah,
bro.
Like
fucking Pablo Sanchez, bro. Like,
the homie.
Get him, bro.
There he is,
top
right
speed,
there.
top speed, baby.
So fast.
Fastest guy, bro.
Yep.
Ever.
All right, let's swing it over to what did I have? Oh, RPG. Is a favorite role-playing game that you've played?
Hold on. The boxing game that I was just talking about just came out this month.
Oh, Undisputed? The new fancy one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I
haven't seen anything about it.
I haven't seen gameplay of it either.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, I didn't even go the Tony Hawk route. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
But,
shit. Yeah,
it's probably some I'm gonna. There's probably a couple I'm gonna think back on and be like.
Shoutouts to Thug 2.
We didn't even mention Melee. You said fighting.
Yeah, I could have meant.
I was thinking about it. But
I could have did the hockey roguelike, bro.
One,
I could have did the hockey roguelike.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
RPG. What you guys thinking? I feel like there's an easy one for you here.
RPG. There's a lot of answers here, man.
What about the one you were just playing on your phone?
Pokemon. Yeah, you could go Pokemon. You could go Kingdom Hearts.
That's my favorite.
You could go anywhere that levels up. Really.
Oh,
Definitely,
I know.
Definitely a Kingdom Hearts.
I
fan,
know.
sure.
I know where I'm going with this one.
Yeah.
I know where I'm going with this one. My brain immediately went to RuneScape. I don't know why.
That's a vibe.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna go RuneScape. And Bob, you could even pull this shit up. I don't know if you guys played this Adventure Quest. I don't know if you guys ever played Adventure Quest.
Is that a PC game?
This shit was crazy, bro. Adventure Quest, bro. Adventure. Look up images.
Yeah, I'm doing it, Dylan.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah.
It's like this little 2D.
Yeah. It was just like a 2D, and you'd fight like monsters and shit. And then it was like a whole storyline. It was like choose your own adventure.
Dylan popping off in this, bro.
Bro, you would just be like level 180 fighting a monster for like 5 hours. Like I've gone too far.
Dylan's Leroy Jenkins.
You guys don't even know my Maple Story phase, man.
Bro, I remember your
Those
Chrono
dark
Trigger
days.
phase.
Yeah, that was a good phase. I mean, the thing is, I had never beaten Chrono Trigger until that phase, but I had known and I had seen people play, so I was like, I have to beat it my fucking self, dude. You know?
All right.
It's one of those.
Have I left out any important genres? We got shooters, platformers, sports games, RPGs.
Roguelike, I guess. I don't know.
We could end it with roguelike. You know, I think that's a good one.
Oh, that's
especially
a tough
for
one, dude.
Yeah, it's tough.
that is a real tough one, especially for this side of the table.
Oh man.
I think there's an easy answer here, but I want to really think about it here before I go ahead and just pick it. You know,
there's an obvious answer, but
there is an obvious answer. It's the only one you still play. Oh man.
But I play Poke Rogue.
Okay, look, I'm gonna say this. Jerry might agree with me, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, that's what I was
Rebirth
gonna say.
Specifically. It's the one that started it all. It's the one that has so much replayability.
So
you
good.
can just turn it on and play it, and it's still a fun time, right? But I want to give two special shout outs to games that definitely could have taken it. Shout outs to both roguelikes that Jerry showed me. Returnal and Hades. Shout outs to Hades. Very excited for Hades too.
Personally, I wouldn't give it to Hades actually.
I had a lot of
I played a lot of Hades and I did everything and then I got the platinum, but I wouldn't call it one of my favorites.
It was satisfying for me.
It was satisfying, but
no. Yeah. Do you have a favorite roguelike?
I
have an idea.
I mean, it's in the name, Rogue Legacy.
Oh,
then,
how could I think? I was thinking
then,
like Tower of Guns.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and you were thinking like a Gungeon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then honorable mention to Slay the Spire because that's classic.
Yep.
Banger.
Oh, I'm waiting
that
for the
was your
second
guys' fucking.
Wait, when's the second one coming out?
Soon.
Oh fuck!
Can't wait to
Catch
lose
me on
you
the.
guys to
I'm gonna be
that.
on the beach. You're gonna see me. It's like I have a tent.
Podcast is just about to be Joey and I for a bit while you guys are on that. On that mode.
I'm just gonna release the ASMR of me on my keyboard, or whatever.
Oh, not soon.
Aww.
Next year.
Gotta tease Dylan like that. Well, that's the Pantheon of games. You know what? Just for fun, let's throw them on screen. Bam. Those are the choices. That's what we all picked. Those are the best ones for each and every single one of us.
Those are the best.
If you want to see what Joey's are, like I said, he's probably gonna put them in the comments if he hasn't
You should
already.
just call him.
Yeah, right now, just in the middle of his church thing. And other than that, I think we can move it right on to Jam, Yam, and Slam of the Week. Oh, do I have to add sound effects to it?
Yeah, we gotta get things that make those sounds.
Like we need like a horn, like orchestral hits.
Now it's just gonna be that. It's just gonna be what you just did.
Can we like do like cymbals too?
You want
like,
cymbal? Okay,
that me doing that, and then like cymbal
we have
hits.
to get like a gong.
Yeah.
All right. Just making a mental note of everything I have to get.
Yes.
Sounds
good.
All right. Somebody else, please start with.
I will start. I'm picking a band that Joey has picked before for Yam of the Week. It is very similar to the band Guac I picked, and that is the band Origami Angel with the song Bossa Nova Core.
I've heard of that. You've picked them before, right? Did you just say that?
What?
Origami Angel, that you picked a song by them before?
Joey's picked the song.
Oh, that's what it was. Sorry.
Yes. He probably didn't pick this one, and if he did, too fucking bad.
Yeah,
I picked it.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's like I said, has like that emo prog rock mixture. It absolutely fucking shred. Their vocalist is either like yelping or like he sounds like the guy from Two-Door Cinema Club. It's really a 50-50. Yeah, it's either like emo screaming or like very nice, like kind of beep-boop-beep-bop kind of shit. But yeah, these guys, it's only 2 dudes too. So like one dude is like singing and bass, and then the other guy is like guitar and he loops everything, and then they use a drum machine.
Got you. Sounds good.
Fire stuff.
Nice. My song of the week is gonna be from it's a Baby Keem song from his 2019 album. It's called Mosh Pit. I don't know if you guys listen to Baby Keem. He's pretty good.
I have a couple of Baby Keem songs on
Yeah.
That's old Baby Keem.
Yeah.
That's like pre fame.
That's newborn. Fuck.
Still natal Keem. Sperm Keem.
Anyway, I'm not technically doing the thing where I shout out 2 songs because this is just for funny sake. You remember last week Jerry said his song ends with that guy just saying "fuck you."
Yeah.
You know? This song kind of has something that makes me laugh. It's a song called "Slug Do." It's by I don't even know how to pronounce it. JGRXXN and DJ V Siren, but that's not the jam.
It looks like Jaden.
But it's called Slug Do, and it's because there's like a part in the there's like a bar where he's like, I move slow like a motherfucking slug do, but the way he says it is like a motherfucking slug do. Like it's like that, and it's so funny. Like I can't listen to the song and not do it. Slug do. But that's not the jam of the week. The jam of the week is actually going to go to a group that I may have given a jam of the week to before. I can't remember. But shout outs to Paris, Texas with their song Bullet Man. It's just really high energy, very hype. Kind of makes me want to like fight somebody. So, you know, you better not get in my way when that song's playing, or else it's go time. You know what I mean?
It's slugfest.
It's noogie time.
It's noogie time.
All right. Well, those are the jam, and slam of the week. Fantastic. Don't fucking steal it, man. I was gonna end the word.
We did it together.
I don't want to do anything with you. People watch this show and think like we're fucking friends and we have a good time, but we just it's like why parents stay together when they have a kid.
So after 190 whatever episodes,
you don't even fucking remember
194, obviously.
Now you want to remember?
Of course I remember. After you're telling me that our comedy variety podcast is not a place to have fun.
I can't do this with you right now. Make sure to go ahead and like this episode of the Joystick Show. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to Team Joystick and comment down below which dad in this argument you think is right, because we need to know. We need to settle this right here and now.
Who gets custody of Jerry?
Who gets custody of Jerry? Thanks for watching the Joystick Show, and let's go play catch.
Let's go play catch.